And there's a bit of money for Durham Edition right at the death. A 61 shot from 13 to 2. But away they travel, and quite a short run to the first fence. And it is Mr. Frisk and Seagram, and won't be gone long, and Memberson who attack the first, and they all jump it safely. Kildemo is the back marker. The second one they take is a ditch. Mr. Frisk by a length to Won't Be Gone Long and Memberson, and then Seagram with a red cap, and Strands of Gold and Sam Da Vinci in behind them as they take the ditch. And at the ditch they've all jumped it safely and well. And Mr. Frisk, ears pricked, what a grand sight he is as he comes up past the stands with 2 circuits to go. And it's Mr. Frisk, look at that, poetry in motion, in the lead by a length. To Won't Be Gone Long second, Memberson's on the outside, the red cap is Seagram, that's just in behind them. Sam Da Vinci going the shortest way with Enganasi Theon, Strands of Gold on the outside, Durham Edition and 8 Springs and 4 Tricks, and Vulcan Warrior and Kildemo and Tarkany, and as they swing right-handed and go down towards the third. It's Mr. Frisk in the lead. Mr. Frisk going on by a couple of lengths now to Won't Be Gone Long and Memberson, and then in behind these comes Seagram, who's settled in 4. Followed by Enganasi Theon and Strands of Gold and Sam Da Vinci, and then behind these comes Durham Edition, and behind Durham Edition is 8 Springs as they take the third. The leaders skip over it, and they're all over the third. They swing right-handed into the back straight where they have 7 to jump. Mr. Frisk by a length and a half to Won't Be Gone Long and Memberson, and then Seagram settled 4, and Enganasi Theon and Sam Da Vinci and Durham Edition and Strands of Gold, and 8 Springs and Vulcan Warrior as the leaders skip over the fourth, and the back 4 of 4 Tricks, Vulcan Warrior, Kildemo and Tarkany, who's just the back marker. Quickly to the next, a plain fence, all take it well, although Kildemo at the rear of the field a little bit sketchy. Another ditch now. What a bold jump by Mr. Frisk, and he gained lengths in the air there. He's enjoying himself, and I'm sure Marcus Armitage's jockey is too. Won't Be Gone Long is second. Sam Da Vinci shares third with Seagram, and then Enganasi Theon followed by Memberson, and they take the water jump, and it's Mr. Frisk over in the lead. The back marker is Kildemo, and the top weight really isn't enjoying his jumping at this stage, and he's some 25 lengths off the pace, and it's Mr. Frisk who's setting it. The 3 island fences, Mr. Frisk attacks that one, and then in second place moving up is Sam Da Vinci, and then Won't Be Gone Long as they take the middle of the 3 island fences. Durham Edition is jumping well mid-division. 4 Tricks is sharing last place as they take the last on the far side for the first time, and they're all safely over 10 fences in this 34th running of the Whitbread Gold Cup. The leader there, Mr. Frisk, bowling along in front. Won't Be Gone Long keeping him in close contention. Back in third is Sam Da Vinci. 4 is Seagram. A length and a half to Enganasi Theon, and then comes Durham Edition and 8 Springs and Memberson and Vulcan Warrior and Strands of Gold and 4 Tricks and Tarkany, and the back marker is Kildemo, and they're all in the picture as they head towards the pond fence. This is the 11th. And it's Mr. Frisk who leads, with Sam Da Vinci, the horse with the noseband, on the inside, and another bold jump by the leader, and they're all over the 11th, and 4 Tricks is nearer last than first. They've completed a circuit. Down towards the 12th then, and Mr. Frisk out in front, enjoying himself. They're all jumping well so far. Won't Be Gone Long's in second, and Sam Da Vinci on the inside, giving that position to absolutely no one. Shares second now. Seagram's back in 4, and on the outside, 8 Springs and Enganasi Theon and Durham Edition and Vulcan Warrior and Tarkany going the shortest way as they take this ditch. And so the order, having jumped 13 fences, and they're all jumping perfectly. The order then as they pass us is that Mr. Frisk is leading, still going well, ears still pricked, clear by 3. To Won't Be Gone Long and Sam Da Vinci and Seagram, and 8 Springs creeping closer on the outside of Durham Edition, and Enganasi Theon 2 back to Memberson and Vulcan Warrior and Tarkany and Strands of Gold, and Kildemo really getting a little bit closer now, and 4 Tricks as the back marker. Perhaps the ground, John Frankham, is too fast for him.
Well, maybe that is the case. They've only gone a sensible gallop, but this horse is really enjoying himself up in front of affairs. Mr. Frisk only looks like he's been lobbing along. One of the interesting things is that Kildemo never looked happy at all in the beginning of the race, but look at him there, he's on the outside of the picture in the yellowish colours. He's jumping much better at the moment.
And he's coming to take the 14th fence, and it's Mr. Frisk who takes it in the lead, and they've all jumped 14, and indeed Kildemo is on the outside of the pack, and they're all queuing up in behind Mr. Frisk, and they've got 7 more fences to jump in the back straight, 3 in the home straight, 10 in all then. And as they come in to take this, Mr. Frisk, the 92 favourite, Seagram 5-1, and Sam Da Vinci is the 11-2 shot as they take the 15th. Quickly to the 16th. And it's Mr. Frisk and Sam Da Vinci and won't be gone long. These clear by a couple of lengths to Vulcan Warrior, who's making a bit of ground, so to 8 Springs and Durham Edition, and Mr. Frisk put a short one there. 4 Tricks is trying to make a bit of ground. Strands of Gold is the back marker, and they head towards the 18th of the 24 fences. Mr. Frisk cleared by 4 to Sam Da Vinci and Vulcan Warrior on the inside of Won't Be Gone Long. And then 8 Springs and Durham Edition and 4 Tricks is now making his move. And then Tarkany and Seagram, and then Gunarty, Theon and Memberson and Strands of Gold and Kildemo, and they've got 6 more to jump. And Mr. Frisk comes to take this in the lead, and Sam Da Vinci's in pursuit in second place, and they're still all jumping well. 5 more to take, and it's Mr. Frisk in the lead from Vulcan Warrior and Sam Da Vinci, and Durham Edition is getting closer at the last on the far side, and it's Mr. Frisk the leader now. Strands of Gold is tailing off as they take the last on the far side, but Mr. Frisk from the front, and he's still out there in front. Vulcan Warrior next to the rails is second with Sam Da Vinci, and behind that one Durham Edition getting closer for Chris Grant. And can Mr. Frisk do it? Won't Be Gone Long, and Kildemo, the classy horse, is making great strides on the outside of the pack, but is under pressure so to do, and they line up for the bond fence, a third from home. And what a great race in prospect, and Mr. Frisk with on the inside of him Vulcan Warrior, and Durham Edition, his great rival, is putting down a big challenge, and Sam Da Vinci goes there, and there was a faller at the pond fence, but it's still Mr. Frisk in the lead. The horse is okay. Mr. Frisk is in the lead, but it's Durham Edition in the light blue on the right. 2 to jump. Mr. Frisk by half a length to Durham Edition in second. Won't Be Gone Long is third. Kildemo is back in 4, and 4 Tricks is staying on, and they've got 1 to jump, and it's Mr. Frisk who finds acceleration to take the last fence in his stride and come home 4 clear of Durham Edition, and Won't Be Gone Long, and 4 Tricks in the 34th winning of the Whitbread Gold Cup. The national winner goes on to win this. Mr. Frisk has it clear by 8 to 10. Mr. Frisk the winner from Durham Edition second, 4 Tricks is third, and then came Won't Be Gone Long, followed by Sam Da Vinci and Tarkany and Kildemo, and then Memberson and Seagram, and then 8 Springs, and finally was Gunarty Theon. And so the result of this, the 34th winning of the Whitbread Gold Cup. A great performance indeed by the Grand National winner himself, Mr. Frisk, in the colours, the 92 favourite, in the colours of Mrs. Harry Duffy, trained it up in Lambourne by Kim Bailey and ridden by Marcus Armitage. He might now well retire. Second is number 3, Durham Edition. Chris Grant gave him a great ride, but beaten again by this wretched Mr. Frisk. Third horse home is the Scottish National winner, 4 Tricks. And that's Vulcan Warrior, who was challenging up on the inside. The horse is okay, looks a little bit the worse for wear, and Kevin Mooney was walking away too. But he was never in the sights, or at least Marcus Armitage never saw him, because every poster winning one in the Whitbread Gold Cup.
And I don't think you could have a much better advertisement for steeplechasing, because all the first 3 home have had hard races over long distances lately, and all 3 of them have given an exhibition of delight here, particularly Mr. Frisk. Honestly, don't think I've ever seen a horse enjoying himself so much and so obviously throughout a 3-mile, 5-furlong race. He was never headed. He hardly ever did anything but prick his ears, and although he did guess a couple of times at the fences, his jumping mostly, John, was superb.
Well, jumping's the name of the game, and I'd like to go back through the race and just add up how many lengths this horse gained at every fence. I think I've only seen